Hi everybody, my name is Libby, and today I'm going to do a tutorial for a 1930s kind of finger wave look requested by the ladies from Vintage Updos for the Modern Girl. We're going to start from a semi-wet set. You can see my hair is about 50% dry here. My haircut itself, for those who are curious, you can see I've got kind of like mid-eye length bangs straight all the way across and a pretty blunt cut about at my shoulders. I seem to think that the little bit drier hair kind of helps a little bit with the frizz. I might at some point during the set actually spray some water to redampen some of the hair that gets too dry as I put in the rollers. Before we start, I'll go ahead and introduce you to the products that I used with this wet set. The first one is going to be your all-important setting spray, needed to help hold those curls. The one that I used for this was actually Cusco Murphy. This is the bottle. It's not in the bottle anymore. I have it in my own little spray bottle because this little bottle is a little slippery little booger, and it's glass. So anytime I use it out of this bottle, I'm worried that I'm going to drop it and smash it all over. So I put it in a plastic bottle to help me with that. So this is Cusco Murphy. I don't know if you can see it. Hair setting lotion with the apple fragrance. And that's what I use as my setting lotion. To create the curls, I'm going to use mostly pillow rollers. So they come like this, and they are little spongy rollers with a wire in the middle that helps with the hold. I'm going to use 2 packages of those probably. At the bottom, where my hair is a little bit too short to put in a pillow roller, I'll be doing traditional pin curls. And for that, and when I run out of the rollers, I use your typical hairpins. I don't know if you can see what that looks like. So it's not a bobby pin, but it's a hairpin that they're kind of slippery. Sometimes they have a desire to fall out, so you got to be a little careful with them. But they don't dent your hair in the same way that bobby pins do. Although I do have my trusty bobby pins for the teeny tiny little hairs that always want to slip out of the hairpins. So we'll be using a mixture of those things today. In terms of combs, as I do this, I'm going to be using a mixture of a tail comb. I think I got all of these combs at Sally Beauty. So this says Black Diamond number 40 by DuPont, and it's a tail comb. And then I'm also going to use your traditional sort of waving comb, traditional black comb. Nothing too super special. Okay, so to start this, I comb my top of my hair back, and I'm going to part my hair. For this 30s do, they tend to have a pretty far over part as far as I can tell, so I'm going to try and part my hair somewhere over my eyebrow. Get it started. It's probably not essential, but it kind of bothers me when it's not quite right. All right. That's good enough for now. So you can see the part is kind of over the arch of my eyebrow. That's where I'm going to start. And I'm going to start with a line of rollers actually down the top of my head. I'm also going to section off my hair a little bit so it doesn't get in the way. So I'm going to take this stuff here. I'm going to wrap it in a clip. I'm going to try and take section here. fairly small sections are what I used for this. Go ahead and take this stuff and also put it in a clip. Okay. So it's going to be a little messy with my bangs here. My bangs don't really like to cooperate all the time with this. You can see I got, it might be 1.5 inches section here, maybe a little bit bigger than 1 inch, to start with my rollers. So shout out to my girl Annie, who taught me how to do pin curls. Without her help, I probably wouldn't have figured this out. Okay, so we're going to start with the pillow rollers here. And I'm going to try and just get my tail comb kind of an even section. Here. Kind of messed up that section. My bangs didn't want to stay over there. Alright. So I got my little squarish section. I don't know if you can see that square. Go ahead and comb it upward. The comb. It doesn't really matter which comb I use. Kind of go back and forth depending on what's in front of me. And I'm going to spray it with my setting lotion. This is where I call it the wet set because the wetness is really mostly from the setting lotion when I do this. In fact, I got a little bit too damp, so I don't usually want it to be sopping wet. That one, a little bit too wet. So I would advise not quite as wet as this guy seems to be. I'm going to take my pillow roller. First one's often the hardest one for me. These little bangs often don't like to stay. I wrap it around, kind of make sure those ends get tucked in as well as I can. Get it nice and secure. Get it rolled right on that square. And then I tuck my pillow roller ends right in like that. And we're going to hope that that guy stays, because that guy often does not want to stay. So basically what we're going to do is for this whole first section, we're going to do exactly like that from the forehead to the crown of my head in the back. And we're rolling backwards, so away from the face for this entire row. So we get the next section. Hair. Okay, these are this is some of my short hair is still in here. See, hopefully, it probably doesn't need to be super perfect squares like that. Setting lotion. Comb it through. Roller. I'm rolling it from the forehead to the back, so around behind the curler, over the top and then behind. Roll it down on the base and curve those in. All right, so I'm going to do that all the way to the back of my head.